it's really different in here. Like, the foods are different, the people are different, like, all the things are different, even the shops.
I kind of just knew that it was a lot warmer than New Zealand, which is why I was a bit nervous because I didn't actually know that much about it.
Mahya and Georgia grew up worlds apart, but they share one life-changing experience, leaving everything they've ever known to come to Australia. For 11-year-old Georgia, home used to be Auckland, New Zealand. But when she was 9, her dad was offered a new job in Australia, so her family made the move as migrants.
Well, I guess one of the hardest things about moving to Australia was not actually knowing what it was like and not knowing if I'd make many friends.
A migrant is a person who's left their country voluntarily to start a new life in a new land. They might do that for work or study, to live closer to family and friends, or for a new experience, and they can come from any country. Georgia found it hard at first, but she settled in and found some positives to Aussie life.
I like the fact that you can actually go to the beach and not freeze, basically.
She goes back to New Zealand to visit and has kept this box of special things to remind her.
I can't really imagine how hard it would be to leave all this behind because I guess it's my memories of my entire life. Like, I've got stuff from when I was first born to now, and it would be really hard to leave behind.
A few years before Georgia arrived in Australia, 11-year-old Mahya was living in Iran in the Middle East with her twin brother Martin and their mum and dad.
In the school, I had to wear a scarf, and the breaks were like really long, and we wouldn't have lunch in school. We would have to come home.
Mahya's mum says the family were forced to leave the country when it became very dangerous for them there.
Because we have a lot of problem with the government of Iran, and we can't stay anymore in Iran. My husband wasn't safe in Iran, and we can't back to Iran.
That's why their family were given permission to come to Australia as refugees. Refugees are people who are forced to leave their home country because their lives have been threatened by war, violence or bad treatment, often because of their race, gender or beliefs. Mahya, Martin and their parents arrived in Australia with just a few clothes and without a word of English.
Oh my God, this is different. This is way different. I was kind of shocked how people were.
Mahya, what was the hardest part, do you think, about coming from Iran to Australia?
The language has been the hardest part, because I haven't been understanding what they said.
Writing English was another challenge.
I used to get confused first because in Australia you write from the left side, right? But in Iran you write from the right side, so it was kind of confusing.
Her parents are still learning English, although Mahya's got the Aussie twang down pat.
When I speak, they say I'm like an Aussie, and they can't understand me.
But even years later, it's still hard being so far from family and not being able to visit.
Every time we can call our grandpa and grandmas, we would, and I do miss them. Sometimes I wish they were here with us.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming here tonight, and please make sure that you say hello to someone that we haven't met before.
All around Australia, there are charities that work to help welcome new arrivals to this country, just like the one Mahya and Georgia are visiting tonight. Mahya and Georgia have never met until now, but they've both been here before. Georgia as a volunteer, and Mahya when she first arrived.
The first time I came here, it was actually with a friend of ours, and she introduced us to the Welcome Centre, and it felt good, I guess. It was really kind, so it felt special.
Well, I guess we both moved overseas, but May's experience was a lot different to mine, and I guess hers was a lot harder.
While both of these kids have faced some challenges moving to a new country, They say they feel lucky to have always felt welcome in their new home down under.